everybody, welcome back to my series where I talk about the 6 different projects that I'm working on over this summer. Today we're mostly going to be talking about Sit Fisher and what we're doing after all the events have concluded. All the stuff on the development side that we're doing extra in order to ensure that we're creating a good product, and a few teasers of some things that might not be out yet. The other big game I'm going to be talking about in this video is Spiderweb, the immersive sim serial killer roguelite. And all the things that we're doing as development is just starting. For those that are not new, I'm going to be changing up the format a little bit. Instead of numbered days, I'm just going to be presenting the date. If you're brand new, then it should look totally normal, but I'm trying something and I want to see if it's more effective. But enough of my rambling, let's get into the days. The only thing I'm really focused on for Sit Fisher right now is making sure that our marketing is tip-top shape. I'm a little worried about how much value we're getting from our current test, so I'm going to talk to the team a little bit and see if we can go in a good direction. As we're doing a lot more development, I'm very willing to go back into that user research role, do play tests, really make sure that everything that we're adding is very beneficial to the game in the long run. The whole team's on a little bit of a slump. The big hype has ended, and now we're just trying to recollect, make sure we don't burn ourselves out. But the Spiderweb team is getting live for the first time. Everyone is working together. We're having really good conversations. We've got a very cool visual style being developed right now. And I'm super excited to show all of this off to you. I'm going to throw some clips up right now so you get to see a little bit of the vibe that we're working on. And yeah, that's today. So I had that talk that I said I was going to have, and it went really well. We decided to hold off on some of our marketing strategies for now. While we have started to hit a little bit of a plateau in the amount of people who are downloading our game and playing it, we are seeing a somewhat consistent increase, mostly driven by the YouTubers who are playing our game and any other attention that we're getting online. So it doesn't seem super imperative to do a ton of marketing while we just have a demo out. So I've moved mostly onto user research, and I just had a really good conversation with our producer about our narrative. We wanted to create a really good narrative, one that ties into the main themes of the game while still being lighthearted, having something to say. We hope to get a really good action plan locked in for everything that we're going to do to really solidify this narrative and make sure that it is in the game, players able to experience it. We want, especially for the end of our game, to matter a lot. It was a complaint that we heard a lot about our biggest inspiration games, that the ending just felt a little weak in those games. So I wanted to make sure that our ending was really solid and that players enjoyed completing our game. On top of that, we're hoping to have some sort of prestige mechanics, some benefit to replayability. So hopefully players will want to play our game again. Overall, it's been a really productive day. I did spend most of it editing last week's video, but I still made sure to dip into all of my projects. So it's, unfocused. Focus! Focus! Dude, it's Wednesday. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. So it's Wednesday, and what did I? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Spent most of today editing. Not a big work day. But something I did do on the project is I made the hand better. So before, it knew what was in front of it and it knew what was to the sides of it, but I didn't know what was above or below it. So it would clip through the wall. I also figured out what was happening with this problem, where before, when you held the hand over to the left or the right, and this had the same issue with up and down, it would start freaking out. It would start jittering. And the issue was because I was making a pretty dumb mistake where the detection is shooting out from the hand. Hand says, oh, there's something, move away from it. But I move it away. Now it goes, well, there's nothing there anymore. I don't need to do this, I don't need to change my position. So I'm going to go back to my original position. Oh, now I'm hitting something. And it would do that every single frame. And it would just look super crazy, like it would be jittering all over the place. Now my original solution was just like, oh well, I don't need to deal with this problem if instead of snapping the hand to position, I just smooth everything out. Then it doesn't look that bad, even though it was still super obvious that it was doing this weird collision avoidance thing. So I went back and I redid how the offsets are done, and instead of firing the detection from the hand, now it's fired where the mouse actually is, so I know where the offset should be, not where it actually like is based off the current hand, and it's fixed. That fixed it. That did it. And that's Wednesday. What's going on, guys? I'm taking an obligatory mid-video pause to do the LinkedIn games. All right, so we're gonna start with Zip, the easiest one. Hold on. Okay, 2. All right, I need to get to 4. Feel like this is the move, like this, and then like that. Boom, boom, easy. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. No, I'm not gonna get a bonus whistle. Look at that. Average was 45 seconds. That's nothing. Tango. Okay. Speed running this. All right, I'm immediately a little lost. Okay, gotta think. Gotta go here. That's gonna go here. That puts this here. So this has to be like this. Okay, this has to be like this. So I know that these two together, so it has to be like this. These are gonna help me out a lot. 2 here, so this has to be that. That makes this have to be this. I'm not a 2 area. Well, if these two are like here, it means it has to be like this. If I remember the rules right. I'm actually not sure the logic behind that one though. Well, if this is a moon, then these two both have to be this. Same thing with that. Should have realized that earlier. And then those have to be like that. That's a whole line completed. That means we also have this line completed. That turns this line. And finally, we're just down to this. Already press combination. Use whatever's left. Boom. Boom. Tango complete. Let's go to Queens.
Which game development PSA time?
So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about something that's kind of boring about game development, but it's really, really important. And if you ever design games, you need to do this. And it's file management. All right. So I know the idea of organizing your files and making sure that everything is nice and clean and organized sounds really super fucking boring. And it is, I promise you, but it is 100% worth it. 100%. Just trust me on this, it is. It's me. See this? See this? Look how nice and clean this was. This is not what it looked like. If I can find a clip of what it used to look like, it will. Okay, see this? See this? Look at this. Audio. Look at these characters separated into subfolders. Oh, this is so nice. Look at all these folders. This is what keeps a project organized. If you are working on a game project, one of the biggest killers of any project, one of the reasons why a lot of game projects end, people will never cite this as like the reason, is because projects just get too big to manage. Adding new stuff takes way too long because you have to go through too much other stuff that you've already made. Assets become impossible to find, and all of this just adds up over time. These little annoyances that end up making the project just a pain to work on, and it causes a lot of devs to end up just kind of losing interest in working on it because it's becoming such a chore to work on their project. I've gotten burnt out on projects before. Sure, were there other factors? Was I working too much? But it definitely didn't help that every time I needed to find anything, I couldn't just like know where it was or what folder it was located in. I had to search it. It slowed down dev time. And here's the thing, when you're working on a project for a really long time, these really tiny efficiencies are like huge. They're so huge. But I mean, come on. Look at that. Yeah, so that's what I did basically all day. I mean, I did some other stuff. Anyway, if you're ever thinking about game dev, and honestly, general life tip, use folders. Organize your shit. It'll make your life easier. Like, it's a boring to do. It'll make your life easier. Just do it. Almost forgot to mention, my roommate Kian, who's also working on Spiderweb, great developer. He did this really cool our thing for our main menu. Like it's gonna be this pot, a koi pot. The main menu is gonna be a koi pot. It'll make a lot more sense when the actual game, or when I have more stuff to show about the game and its UI and all its inspirations and stuff. But it looks really cool, and I just wanted to show some footage here. So, whoa, so serene, so magical. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that sick? So, it's a new place. I skipped the Friday and Saturday video diary because during that entire time, I was moving back into Washington. So this is my college living space. over the past few days, I got a little bit of work done. I've mostly just been moving in for 3 days, but I got a little bit of work done. Right now in Spiderweb, we're absolutely completely blocked. I can't even push any of the changes that I've done. And it's a pretty simple fix, but the only person who can do it, who's the only person who's an admin on our GitHub repository that stores all of our project, is Atlas, who is currently at a Ren fair working. So as of right now, none of us can do any work. But that's okay. All of last night, I was trying to get a Mac build working, which, I mean, we just want a Mac build. It's nice. It'll help. It's just more people who are going to be able to play our game. But it's such a pain to do in Unity. And the one person on our team that actually has a Mac, I could not create a build that worked on his computer. So, never got that figured out. We talked a lot about the narrative this week and trying to get a good ending. But on top of that, players have been complaining, and we knew that this was probably going to be a problem super early on in development. So we've had this solution in the works, but players are complaining that, oh, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get from the shop to the end of the dock, from the end of the dock back to the shop. Like it's a boring and it's a process that gets longer and longer as you play the game. So I want to share a little teaser of what we're working on right now. It'll not be available in the demo probably, but it'll definitely be available in the. We have been experimenting with jump pads and speed boost pad, which they'll add like a really fun and engaging way to traverse and a thing to dump money into when you want to move around faster. That's it. I'll see you next week. Name of 12 popes. I don't know what a group of popes is called. Okay, centers of teachers. Fits. Uses a bench. Sits. Jedi Sith. Sound of relief. Sigh. I don't know this one. I'm gonna have to reveal it. Yes. No idea. Talking about 2-word name of the symbol plus. Keep in mind the word maybe plus sign. Boom. 41. Almost actually more than a minute. Watermelon. Pumpkin. Like shells, like hard shell. Seeds. Boom. Okay, well I did it a little slower than Boom, there we go. That's all 5 LinkedIn games. Done and dusted.